Game week 35 has been an absolute disaster for me this week. I'm on a 9-point red arrow, and we need to be sorting things out if we want to finish this season strongly. It's been a disaster, as I say. If you're an FPL fan, drop a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're going to be going through my early thoughts for game week 36, my transfer plans, and what went wrong in game week 35. Just started off by just giving a quick review of my team. I mean, we had double Arsenal defence. Absolute disaster. That was a terrible choice. I did a live stream on my TikTok before saying, what should I do? And most people said, actually go for double Man City defence. I ignored them. I thought I'll stick with Arsenal, and didn't work out in the slightest. Ruben Diaz on my bench there, you can see 7 points. And then Kivior, who decided to play ahead of him, ended up getting 1 point. We've still got some more players to play as well. We've got Triple Crystal Palace that are playing, I think, on Monday night it will be. So yeah, we've got Mateta, Saka and Munoz all still to play. So hopefully they can maybe recover a little bit for me. If Palace do well, I might be able to break even for the week. If not, it's going to be a red arrow for the week. And things could even get worse if Nottingham Forest do alright, because obviously people do own Nottingham Forest assets. So the double Arsenal defence didn't work in the end. We should have gone for double Man City, or we could have even gone for Konsa against Fulham. We ended up picking the complete wrong defender in Kivior. And I should have known, really, with Arsenal, of course, not taking the Premier League anywhere near as seriously as what they were, even though they're part of a very strong team, and they're still not guaranteed to be in the Champions League as well, by the way. So very disappointed with Arsenal, especially conceding 2 goals. And they were on a clean sheet for about the first 60 minutes or so. Bournemouth ended up scoring and then ended up actually winning the match as well. Gvardiol, I'm really happy with. I've spoken a lot on my TikTok about Man City defenders are an absolute cheat code in terms of Ruben Diaz and Gvardiol, just due to the fact that Man City do normally play at the moment. They're kind of playing Nunes and then O'Reilly as well at fullbacks, which means that they're 2 midfielders in FPL, which then makes it a lot harder for them to get bonus points compared to the defenders, who of course get that clean sheet and extra bonus points onto that. So Gvardiol and Ruben Diaz I'm very happy to own. Obviously disappointed I decided to bench Ruben Diaz, very annoyed at myself, but I was always going to play 2 Arsenal defenders. That was all in my mind all week, so disappointed I got it wrong, fair enough. Going into the midfield then, we do have mbuemo, who decided to captain. It was between him and Marmoush for me, and I went for mbuemo, which out of those 2 was the right decision. It turned out Isak was the best one to choose, but at the end of the day, I'm not too mad at it. I'm happy that mbuemo at least got something. It's disappointing how Brentford scored 4 goals, and mbuemo only actually got 1 assist when you see wissa getting a goal. Sharda obviously getting 2 goals as well. Very disappointed that mbuemo only came out with 10 points and 5 points, 5 points, normally 10 points as captain. But at least he got something. It's better than Mo Salah, who continues to struggle. Just a 2-point against Chelsea. Liverpool look like they were absolutely on the beach in that game. They've already won the title. Things are already wrapped up. They didn't really take that game, in my opinion, as seriously as what they normally would do. Then we got Jamal Sarr, of course, against Nottingham Forest. Then we have Morgan Rogers, who, of course, did end up blanking for Aston Villa. Disappointing, but at the end of the day, Rogers has done very well over the course of the season. Going into the front 3, Alexander Isak did get his goal in the end from the penalty spot. He was absolutely ghosting throughout the majority of that game, but obviously gets that penalty. And of course, with him being a striker, puts him on to all 3 bonus points. So Isak coming in with a 9-pointer. I mean, it's crazy because mbuemo, as you can see there, 114% owned. So he was my captain, so he was 200% owned for me. You look at everybody else there, you had Mo Salah, 116%. So every point he got was a red arrow for me. Of course, my rank is 35k. As you can see, 36k now, actually dropping from 28k, which is such a big drop-off. Honestly, it's absolutely painful. I just went up last week and then I've gone straight back down to where I was before. But yeah, then there's Marmoush as well, 109%. So he was a red arrow if he got a return. And then as well as that, Isak was also a red arrow as well at 105% ownership. Which is absolutely ridiculous, by the way, to have 4 players and all over 100% effective ownership around your rank. Obviously, it is the kind of the top of the game, the top 30k. But it's absolutely crazy to have that many people owning all them players and all having over 100%. It's absolutely ridiculous. I actually benched Saka. I didn't expect him to start the game. Obviously, he ended up starting. He didn't do anything anyway, thankfully. But he was not even that highly owned at this point. I'd imagine a lot of people transferred him out for bringing in mbuemo, or maybe even bringing in a Bowen, who we'll discuss in a second. And then, as well as that, of course, people would have benched Bukayo Saka like myself as well. So overall, very frustrating week. We're going to have to hope that the Crystal Palace slot saves and at least claw this rank back a little bit. We'll have to hope for the best on that Crystal Palace game. Now, looking at the players that really damaged me, it was Jarrod Bowen. He got 9 points, giving me a 3-point red arrow. So absolute pain with that. I mean, it was a choice between Bowen and mbuemo. I went for mbuemo. I would have loved both, but I might be looking at maybe Bowen after this week for bringing in. And also as well, the Aston Villa defenders also give me a red arrow. Of course, Konsa, who was on my bench. A lot of people also owning Martinez as well, so Martinez has really done me dirty. And as well as that, De Bruyne did as well, getting an 11 points. So he's another player that really did affect my rank and bring me down. Even Wissa bringing me down a little bit as well. So overall, it's just a combination of a load of players that I don't have or have benched. Ended up doing well, which then gave me that pretty big red arrow, to be honest. From being 28k to 35, 36k, wherever I am now, is a pretty big drop off, to be honest. So just looking ahead, early thoughts to my team next week. It looks like an absolute disaster. We've got one free transfer. We've got David Raya against Liverpool and Areola against United. Honestly, I'm debating maybe even going for Areola in goal this week against United. We know United are going to be playing weakened teams with the Europa League and that. We've got triple Arsenal currently, and of course they're all against Liverpool. We've got Mo Salah playing against Arsenal, and mbuemo against Aston Villa is ideal. But the defence, we've got double Man City against Southampton, and then marmoush against Southampton as well. Owning De Bruyne's pretty bad right now. Obviously, I can't get to him because I've already got 3 Man City players. I've got the double defence. Let's hope for a clean sheet out of them. And then we've also got Contra as well. So I'm still probably going to play Munoz at the back in my back 3 because Munoz is so good going forward. That's kind of my thoughts on the defence so far. Then it's between Raya and Areola, which we'll think about later on in the week. Then, as well as that, we've got mbuemo, of course, against Ipswich. Great fixture there and a great captaincy shout next week, along with marmoush potentially. Mo Salah against Arsenal. Ismail Sarr against Spurs. Actually, I mean, it looks bad and you think Spurs is a tough game, but it's not because Spurs are literally at the bottom of the league and they're rotating their side of round as well. So, Ismail Sarr, I'm not even mad owning. I'm just going to have to stick with the Palace boys, to be honest. Rodgers against Bournemouth is alright. Isak against Chelsea is not the end of the world. Hopefully, maybe get a penalty if he continues to ghost. Marmoush then against Southampton and then Mateta against Tottenham. It's not absolutely tragic. I think a lot of the players that we all own are all playing against each other this week. It's not ideal. My green arrows are just going out the window. I'm all about holding my rank until the end of the season at the moment. The way that things are going for me, not ideal in the slightest. And just looking to potential moves, honestly, Mo Salah, getting rid of him at this point, honestly, I don't even think it's a bad idea, to be honest. I mean, he's got average fixtures to the end of the season. Arsenal might not even be a bad fixture for Liverpool. Wouldn't even be against getting rid of Mo Salah for the last few weeks, to be honest. I probably won't do. Cole Palmer did end up scoring a penalty in that game. I'm not really thinking about bringing him in anytime soon, although his fixtures are very average until the end of the season. I mean, Newcastle isn't a great game, and then Man United. So I'm not really looking at Palmer. The only real midfielder I'm looking at is Jarrod Bowen. I think he's going to be very popular in terms of transfers in this week. Of course, doing so well in the last few weeks. I had him on my free hit team. He got me 10 points. And as well as that, he's got a return now against Spurs and a return against Southampton as well. Bowen's definitely somebody on my radar. Let's just have a quick look and see what players FPL managers are bringing in. Of course, Kevin De Bruyne's going to be popular. That's a move in my team that I personally can't make. It's going to be very popular. You see Bukayo Saka getting taken out, Kevin De Bruyne coming in. That's an absolutely valid move, and honestly, I would love to do that move if I could. But I'm probably not going to do that move because I would have to take a hit to do it. I've also got Bukayo Saka as well on my bench, who could potentially get transferred out to a Jarrod Bowen, and mbuemo, of course, still being transferred in. Cunha as well. I mean, he's got a good fixture to the end of the season. Another player that's a good shout. Maybe a Mateta to Cunha could be a decent option as well. We'll see how Mateta gets on this week. So there's Cunha on the radar. There's also, as well as that, of course, for me personally, Jarrod Bowen. I think mbuemo's got to be a transfer in this week. Wissa as well looks really good. Ipswich up next. Honestly, great shout for the week. There's a lot of good players here that I'm struggling. At the end of the season, I'm absolutely on the ropes, I'm not going to lie. As far as defensively to bring in, I think Aina is still a great transfer. And obviously very good going forward. He very nearly scored against Man City as well. So I think Aina is a great transfer in as far as defenders go. I think Wolves assets in general, you're looking at Cunha as well, of course, who's going to be great to bring in. So you got Cunha and then Aina for Wolves. Also, if you wanted to bring in a forward as well, I do think joao and Wissa as well, obviously, is a great option in terms of forward to bring in. And then, as well as that, in the midfield, I think for me, Jarrod Bowen's the number one. If you don't have mbuemo, I think mbuemo is the number one, but I think most people probably own mbuemo by now. I think Bukayo Saka's going to continue to get transferred out. I think people are done with him till the end of the season. But if Arsenal do get knocked out in the Champions League, you'd imagine Bukayo Saka will start the remainder of the games until the end of the season. Now, his fixtures aren't great. Liverpool away isn't ideal. Newcastle at home is okay. It's not great. Southampton home is a great differential at the end of the season. Bukayo Saka will be. So that's one of the reasons why I'm potentially going to hold on to Saka. But as I say, I want to see how Arsenal get on in the Champions League game. If they go through, Saka will probably be leaving my team. If Arsenal get knocked out, I might maybe hold on to Bukayo Saka. So my early transfer thoughts are, of course, right now very much up in the air. Just having one transfer. We're not sat in the most ideal situation right now. It's kind of just wait and see. Potentially Jarrod Bowen could make his way into the team. We potentially could make a forward transfer in Matheus Cunha or even a joao and Wissa. And as well as that, defensively, we're just going to have to keep it how it is. Munoz against Tottenham, we're just going to have to roll with. So let me know what you think of that team in the comment section down below. Are you on the ropes like me? Surely not. Surely you can't be in a worse situation than me right now, who seems to just be dropping down the rank every every couple of weeks. I go up and then down. It's absolutely painful. If you're an FPL fan, by the way, drop a like in the video. Subscribe to the channel if you've watched this point. The rule is on the channel to subscribe to this channel. So if you please could, it'd be very greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.